I'm sure when there will be a new drug, there will be a new style.
Right.
It's why there is not really new style at the moment, because there is not new drug.
Wow.
So now
That's a crazy way to think about it.
look, organic house is because ketamine, acid house it's because ecstasy,
Wow.
the disco and the cocaine, the rock, the pop rock with psychedelic stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The hip
It
hop with the
always
syrup.
goes sort of
And
together.
each
Those things
drug
go hand in hand.
give a vibe into the production. Like you
Wow.
analyze differently the music.
Hello everybody and welcome to Behind the Decks with Suus and So. And today here on the red couch with us we have the Mekanism from Paris. He will be playing tonight here in Guadalajara and we're just gonna chat a little bit about life.
With pleasure.
About DJ
Nice to
Live.
meet you guys. Hello.
Thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure.
Really thank you for joining us.
We're really happy to have you here, and we literally just heard about you just had like a new song, it just
The
popped
release,
out, right?
right?
It was
just
released
yesterday.
today.
Today.
Or yesterday maybe, yes.
Yeah,
Yesterday.
Yesterday, right?
27th.
A remix.
Just because I literally just heard it and I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god, this is nice. This is really
Thank you
good.
very much. I appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exciting.
What can you tell us about it? Like, what's the reasoning behind it, the purity behind it?
Behind this remix,
Yes.
this is really funny because so this is for Valeria Croft, and she sent me the original with Soliman, the record. The name of the record is Soliman Record, and this is funny because I did it like in almost 4 hours, like literally, like I just listened for the tracks. Now because sometimes it's super fast, you know, like I heard her vocals, and I began on the side like few weeks before something, you know, because I do a lot of loops on my computer. I do sampling, and I said, okay, this will go on this, and I put everything together, and you heard it. It's super fresh.
Very fresh
It's
track.
really nice.
Yeah. And when did you get the request? Like how short ago was that?
I did the request like 2 months ago, and
now it's out.
it's
Okay.
it's out. No, like 1 month ago, and it's out. So we were lucky with the timing.
That's great. Yeah.
That is so nice. And to be honest, I would be really happy to hear from you about like your history behind like how you started, how did you became a DJ, a producer, how you started to develop this very characteristic sound that you have and you've been having for the past, I would say, like 10, 12 years?
22 years.
Oh, well,
But your sound
but
the sound of your
it has evolved,
music
hasn't
has
it?
evolved.
I changed.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it has evolved.
Yeah,
with the
because
time.
when I began to produce like 14 years ago, it was more like deep house, because at this time I was with Adana Twin, Clapton. We were all in the same label before Clapton exploded.
Yeah.
And we all did, like, we are all friends from Exploited. It's a label based in Hamburg, in Germany. So we was with Clapton, Adana Twin, Furcoat, and another, and it was really like deep house music. So we were the first one to put, you know, to pitch down the vocals, and it was this style. So we began with deep house, but since I'm 14, I used to play. I mean, since in clubs since I'm 17.
You said 14?
Yeah, I began at 14 years.
Wow.
With vinyls,
Yeah,
hip-hop,
kijk.
with hip-hop
Hip hop,
music,
yeah.
Really?
and house, like the French touch music.
Ah, yes.
Yes, this is
This is close to Susanna's heart.
yeah, I come from French touch, from Bob Sinclair, all the stuff, like the old school guys. It was an amazing time, and it's how I began. And so when I began to produce, it was like more deep house. But I used to play when I was younger, like 135 BPM, like really.
Wow.
Okay.
Like really,
Well,
like
pretty fast.
Yeah. So when I arrived, like the first gigs that I have, like in Russia, when I released the Missing Love, like my first big track, I was not supposed to play deep house. I was supposed to play deep house, but I played super, not hard, but like acid house, more like, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
So promoters, they didn't really understand, because my music was super slow.
Yeah, and then you can play and
Yeah,
have a
I mean, I
different
play different kind, but when I was in club, I wanted, you know.
Yeah.
So I began to produce more club music. So I released with Seth Troxler on his label, like one album and 2 EPs. But between that, I mean, I don't have a regular style, because I can play from disco.
You are
to
so
acid.
versatile, really. You're super versatile.
Yeah,
you play like
yeah.
super, like the old school house, and then you play disco, and then you.
This is good because I love music, so I can produce, like, I also produce reggaeton music, just to tell you. It's my
is this a scoop? Is it like
it's my new side project.
Oh my god!
But just to tell you, I produce everything.
The Mexican public is gonna be so happy with you.
No, but this is funny, and no, the fact it's good because I can release a lot of different style. But the problem is that promoters are lost because they don't know sometimes what I will play.
Where to put you.
And what type of a sound you're gonna be making in the clubs, you know, like at the end of the day.
But
it's just like an explosion of different flavors.
Yeah,
how you feel at the time, right?
Yeah, it's just like I can put like some afro, some acid house, some deep house. I play everything in a folder.
Yeah.
And after I check the people and I leave. I do what I want. Like it's not
so
like
you make a folder for the gig. You
no folder. Yeah, I have
you
like
throw everything in there.
I have like 10 hours of music.
Yeah.
Like 10 or 15 hours, and after I take sometimes I don't really know what I put because I don't remember the name, but I know that it will be good.
Yeah.
I just listen, tac, and
exactly.
Yeah, I check the vibe.
Yeah, because we were talking about that with Damon, right?
Yes.
In the other podcast. Also, like, how do you prepare your music for a night?
Yeah,
like, every DJ has their own way of preparing.
Or not preparing.
Or not preparing.
The problem is that the new DJs who learn how to play just with CDJ, with the eyes and not with the ears, this is a fucking problem because in general they prepare like 15 tracks.
Yes.
But my advice is not to prepare, just to hear and check people, because the main important thing for a DJ is to be with people and put them in a certain way of trance, you know.
Yes.
And the new generation, not the new generation, but the DJ who plays since 1 or 2 years, they just prepare the special playlist without checking the people, and this is the most important thing.
That is actually a question that I wanted to ask you that we had here for you, but no, that's great because we're already touching upon it. Like, what would be a tip you would give younger DJs? Like, please, guys, just don't do this, but do this if you want to be a good.
You have to
performer.
Now they don't play with vinyls. My advice is to learn with vinyl.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's expensive. It's more complicated nowadays.
Yeah.
So the main thing is just when they learn with CDJ, like the key is like a DJ who play with the key in the club. All people will lose about him. Like this is never play with key. Yeah. Seriously, this is not good.
No.
And if you learn to play, you put paper on the screen.
On the screen.
Yes.
And you learn with your ears, not with your eyes.
Yes.
Because music is this.
Yeah.
You know? When I started to learn how to mix, I had like a DJ that I really, really admired. He's from the Mexican scene.
Yeah.
And he told me once, you need to understand that as a party goer, as a clubber, you're counting. But you don't know that you're counting.
Counting what?
Yeah, you're counting the beats.
Ah.
You know when the drop is gonna come. You know
right.
it.
But
yes.
You have like you have that feeling, but you just don't know.
You don't have the technique.
Exactly, and so that this sticking to my mind, because after he told me that, he said, DJs are conscious of that counting. DJs are conscious about that
because
counting.
you know.
And then that becomes like the rhythm, and then you start actually feeling the song, and that can only happen without any other reference than your ears.
Yeah, no, but it happened to you when you play since few years. It's an automatism. You know when the break is coming. Yeah. It's just like you know you know what I mean. But when you play since 1 year, you have to. That's normal that you count. That you. When I began to play, I was counting on the vinyl. Right.
Yeah.
I had no choice.
Like
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it's just homework, preparation, and for practice. Practice.
I practice every day for 10 years in my bedroom. Every day vinyl. Every day. Yeah. 2 hours per day, every day.
It never stops, the practicing.
Do you still have like a vinyl collection?
No, but I lost all my collection when I went to live in China when I was 20, and when I came back to my home, my mother told me disappear. I had like more than 1,000 vinyl with all the old records from French Touch.
Your mother said they disappeared?
Yeah. I don't know what she did with it, but
she sold them and went on a holiday.
I saw a new one.
No, I think she wanted to make some space for any reason, but she didn't realize like it's fucking it's like a treasure, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. Like all the old record, like
this is heartbreaking.
All the old record.
That's heartbreaking.
So no, but that's life, you know. So no, now I have my collection, but yeah, I missed a lot of good.
Oof, the old school
stuff.
stuff.
But now with internet you can find again like with like your Bandcamp and so you can find old school stuff, so it's okay. Yeah, no, but you have to practice every day.
And talking about like this time that you were creating this selection of vinyls that you really liked, when did you actually decide to be a DJ, to start making music, to be part of the the whole music scene?
I'm into music since I'm a kid because I had like a little studio in my house parents, like with guitar, battery, piano. So I made piano for 10 years. And when I was 14, I began to be like a kid, like
14,
a teenager who wants to be, you know, like
cool.
Like a cool kid. Piano is not cool, you know. DJ was, people didn't know about DJ when I was 14, but I said, okay, this is cool. So I said to my dad, I want to be this in my life, to do this.
What did you say?
He said, yeah, do your studies before. I said, yeah. Well, I fucked up my study, but I didn't care because I know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But since I wanted to do this, I put everything in, all my energy into it.
Yeah.
I made a lot of parties in Paris, a lot of events in the streets, like with 10,000 people. No, man, I did a lot. I closed, like, for some events, they closed, like, a subway just because of our events, like 2 or 3 subways.
Oh.
Like, the mayor of the cities, they call us, like, because we did too many noise, like, everywhere. And put 10,000 people in the street in Paris, in front of Montparnasse station.
Yeah, Montparnasse?
Yeah, 10,000 people, man.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
When was that?
I don't know, I did it like a few times in Paris when I was 21.
I want to be there.
And no, because it's a passion and it's super nice.
It is a passion.
And I'm 37 and it's still like a surprise everywhere I go.
Yeah.
And I'm never bored about it.
You still feel like a kid when you get into this type of situations, do you think?
Yeah, it's right, but I want to stay a kid, by the way. I want to stay a teenager. And DJ it's not a work, it's a passion. So what do you want?
But you make your money with only the music.
I never worked.
So
I never worked in
once.
Very lucky, very lucky.
See, once with my father company.
One day.
No, 1 year, and at the end, I said he organized a big drink with like 300 salary, the people who work for him, employees, and because he was the boss, you know, and I arrived saying, okay, in front of everybody, thank you, Dad, but because of you, I will never work again in the company. In front of all people. I was like the clown of the company, you know? Yeah, because I was into my music, but I didn't care because I tried. I said, no, okay, I want to do this in my life.
Yeah.
But and if you are good in something, like, you know, not just music, but in arts or something, it's very complicated to trust on you, but if you feel it, you have to go because you will regret it. At the end of your life, you will regret it if you don't try, you know.
Yeah,
that's true. Yes, that's true.
I feel like when you were talking about, you know, making those parties in the outside, you know, I feel like they have a different vibe. There's a sense of community when you
in the streets.
Yeah,
you mean? Yeah.
When you gather around in the streets, because of music. You know, it just has a little feeling, a little sense to it that is a little bit different than going to a club. In Europe. Yeah, and I feel like
no, that's true. That's true.
I feel like in Mexico, this hasn't happened a whole lot. You know, it's something that you just started. You just start to see, like, for example, I saw on the Pride Day in Mexico City.
Yes.
That there were a couple of DJ collectives actually throwing little like parties inside the Pride parade, you know. But other than that, I don't think that there's a whole lot of that.
You have a Pride in Mexico, like in the street with DJs.
Well, yeah, I think it's quite new, right?
It's
a new movement.
It's like Gay Pride or
it's Gay Pride.
Gay Pride. Okay,
it's Gay Pride. And you have like the parade and stuff.
This is cool.
It's really nice.
In Paris there's Pride, in Amsterdam there's Pride. Crazy
sure.
fucking Pride.
Yeah, and you have the techno, the parade in Berlin.
The Love Parade.
The Love Parade, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Hi, we're back with the Mekanism, and we're gonna chat a little bit more about DJ life, producer life, touring life. What is DJ life? The real information right here on the couch with us. So take it away.
Well, we were just in the break talking a little bit about the way younger generations are able to have a lot more gadgets, a lot more things to be more creative, but at the same time you get like this diluted content because you're lost in so much music that it's hard to find quality, but then when you find quality, it's so amazing, it's great.
And can I add to that? I also think because there are so many options now for starting DJs, like with a controller, with CDJs, or do I go old school vinyl? Do I buy a machine? You know what I mean?
That's right.
Like, how do you still find your sound?
Yeah.
In such a,
it's complicated.
What are your thoughts about that?
I think each DJ has to find his sound. If I don't know if he prefer to be on computer, he could go with Tractor. If he prefer to touch the thing, do simple thing, but concentrate just into the quality of the mix, he should go with vinyl, but it costs a lot.
Yeah.
So this is more complicated because you need to have decks, but each vinyl is like $10 or $12.
Yeah.
So one song, so imagine, like with Beatport, you can have 1,000 songs, but you are lost into it. So you need to find...
You're lost there.
with 10 vinyl, you have 10 vinyl, you have 10 tracks,
and that's what it is.
You play always 10 tracks, but nobody has it.
Yeah.
Nobody has it, less people has it. Beatport, you have a lot of tracks, so you can play a lot of tracks, but it's less quality. I mean, you don't focus on the quality, on the proper music because you have a lot of, so you are lost, you don't know what you have.
Yeah.
So you need to find the balance between the two, I think.
There's a sort of like a science behind crate digging, like finding those tools,
gems.
those gems that represent you. At the end of the day, when you DJ, you don't always use only your music. Most of the time, you're using music from other artists, and you have to find a way that represents you. I have my
that I keep for me, but I could tell it now.
What? Tell.
I do a lot of bootlegs.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I do a lot, so I can tell you, so I'm here for that as well.
Yeah.
So what I do, I put promo in a folder,
mm-hmm.
not really from Beatport, but because I receive promo, or
Yeah.
put track who are out, but for me are a little bit simple.
Mm-hmm.
I put in record box, I put the key,
mm-hmm.
so you can find all the tracks with the same key.
Yep.
I check 2 tracks who are good together, I put them in Ableton, I mix them together,
mm-hmm.
and I export the track. So
You
I
make your own
play
bootlegs.
2 tracks in one.
That's good. Did you have like some sort of like a
Perfect.
mashup?
And this is my mashup, and this is how I see the music. So it had more groove, and you have one track is the master, so the level is more higher, but not at 0,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one is always less, and I put off the bass just to add some groove.
Right. That is so cool because
So-
Wow.
And
Remember that,
and I live
children.
I live like this with the break note at the same time. So even when you play, you don't know where's the break, so it creates something really interesting. And sometimes I do edits, I cut, and so I now I have like 50 bootlegs, and I play this, and it's funny because people, they can't Shazam it.
Yeah, they can't. No.
And it's funny.
Track ID.
No,
Like,
but there is,
fuck
but
you.
I put bootleg, nana. I have bootleg like I do, it's not my style, but I did the kind music with Bob Sinclair.
Okay.
And at the end, it's fucking amazing because the groove of all Bob Sinclair on Ken music creates something really interesting,
Yeah.
That is so cool.
That's
and I do
that's a
with the
great tip.
percussion, with everything. So at the end, I have my own music.
You give it your own taste to things that are originally different.
Yes, and this is who I am. So I can change the track in my way.
Yeah.
To put like more percussion
I love that tip.
yeah, but it's a good tip because you will have your own sound.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
so
get
nice.
your Ableton, get your tracks, bootleg it yourself.
That is so nice. And
Yeah.
I feel like in a way,
I can set the template if you want.
Yes!
For people.
Please,
Yeah,
yes, we'll make a little link.
Yeah.
Find the link for the bootleg template below.
Finish.
The Mekanism is going to share it with all of you. So
everybody's gonna be so happy.
Thank
with
you.
Man.
That's a little gift for everyone.
Hey, brother. So, in a way, I wanted to dig a little bit into the fact that you're playing at what used to be El Salmón.
Yes.
This is I wanted to go a little bit into this situation because that's where I used to start partying. You know, She used to play there, and it's a very, very important place or venue in Guadalajara.
Okay.
You know, it has so much history behind it.
Okay.
So it's now
I didn't know.
Yeah, it has a beautiful history behind it. A lot of people have partied there and had great nights. So now it's a salon de eventos. So it's a venue for different parties. And you are coming with the Conscious Club and Beat and Flow.
Yes.
Right? Those are the bookers, and you're playing with them.
Yes.
And you play more often with them?
I play often when I come to Arere or Guadalajara. John, the guy from Consciousness.
Yeah.
Book me and I used to go with him because I love his party and it's always fun, so
it's a lot of fun.
So I came straight when he told me, okay, do you want to come?
He picks you up and
always good times, so
always good times with the Conscious Club.
So tonight will be nice.
Yes. Amazing.
That sounds so cool. I mean, at the end of the day, when what you want from a party is just to have fun with friends, I just think it's just like
sorry, excuse me?
When you go to a party, you just want to have fun with friends at the end of the day.
My job is fun.
Yeah.
This is a problem. Sometimes I have too much fun. And at the end I see triple.
But talking about that, what
yes.
Yeah,
go for it. Yeah. I know what you want to ask.
Well, what's been your craziest story about partying, clubbing, even as a raver, as a clubber, or as a DJ? That's the thing. What comes into your mind that
I have so many things, bro.
Tell us something that just pops up like it's on the top of your mind.
But Burning Man is crazy because I forgot some gigs there because I was
where?
Burning Man. I was on those planets, so I forgot 2 gigs.
Oh shit!
Oh my God.
This is funny, but they know about it. They know. So the funny thing, because I'm in Mexico, I had a lot of stories here because more you travel, and I went to US to play, and I did 5 gigs in US and 5 gigs in Mexico, and I went 4 times in 1 week by walk Tijuana frontier.
Okay. Wow.
Tijuana and another one. Don't forget.
Why did you do that?
Because when I played in Art Pop, they wanted me to have the hotel in US.
And then
for security. And after I went down, and so they saw on my passport like 4 times. So they thought I had drug with me. I was selling drug.
You were like a smuggler.
Voilà. and the last one, I was so drunk. I finished at Art Pop, and because sometimes we drink, and you know what is it?
Sometimes.
Just only sometimes.
I think I never played sober, but it's funny. No, but I mean, it's a Paris school, you know. Yeah. I love to. It's fun, you know. If you know how to do, if you are serious and you know how to play, this is cool. So I arrived at the frontier, and I was drunk, and I don't remember what happened, but I forgot my passport in US.
No.
And I was with 3 teenagers in a like old car, like fucking old car. Like I don't even remember the name of the brand. It was like, you know, we wanted to go into US without passport, like crazy.
So you were Mexican.
So I was drunk. I couldn't talk, and with my accent drunk, they did not understand me at the frontier because my accent is horrible. So they thought I wanted to pass, like you know.
Right.
Yeah. So they stopped me like for 6 hours at the frontier. Then I was lucky because the guy, he went to take my passport in US. But I think I would finish in Guantanamo or something like this.
Oh my God.
No, but you know what I mean? I was super lucky because... I didn't have visa, I was drunk, and I didn't have passport.
And it doesn't say, I'm French. They don't know where you're from.
No, you were not able to talk as well.
No, I couldn't talk. So it was, this kind of story, but I have a good start, so I always find solution.
Yeah, you have like an angel.
I have an angel.
Managing you from...
Trust me. This is funny.
You have a booker angel.
A booker angel, yeah. Just an angel.
Oh, that's great.
No, but a lot of story when you travel, there is a lot of things happen, but that's normal because you travel. I mean,
You travel a lot,
Yes,
right?
so you
And you live in Miami now?
Now I live in Miami since a few months. Yes.
Why did you choose to move to Miami?
Because of the sun. I don't like Paris.
That's why I'm here.
During winter, I don't like Paris. It's too cold.
It's intense, huh?
It's intense now, and I had my O1 visa, my artist visa, and my agency is in New York.
Right.
Oh,
It just makes sense.
For me, it makes sense. And I have another project in Mexico, but anyway, it makes sense. So for me, it's okay. I have to stay here at least for 1 year.
and it's close to Mexico. And
Yeah,
that's always nice.
I play much more in South America than in Europe at the moment.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
So I said, wow, why I don't try?
and I feel like the music or the quality that you bring into the table is also really interesting for North America, like from Latin America in a way, because I feel like we like variety. We do like that. The fact that we expect something and we are always surprised. We were talking about this in our last podcast. It's crazy how we're always expecting something, like and what you bring into the table when you mix it's sort of like that.
Yeah,
you read that.
well, we try, but after each DJ different, each club is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like it happened to me when I was touring. I played because I didn't have time to do another playlist, so I played like in 2 different cities the same playlist. And no, but because sometimes and the playlist is cool.
If it's a cool playlist, it's a cool playlist.
happens.
Yeah.
But at the moment I didn't catch the same energy.
Right.
I don't know why. Maybe people, maybe me, I was tired. Maybe I don't know. Like sometimes it happens,
Uh-huh.
The energy is never the same, and with the same music, it's totally different vibe.
Yeah.
That is true.
Because maybe I played the wrong, not the track at the same moment, at the same,
Yeah.
and
It wasn't
so
in order.
I didn't check
Yeah.
at the right moment the people, and I wanted to try that. So it's random. It's there is a bit of random in it.
Do you have the feeling that how is your experience playing in Europe and playing here in Latin America or in Mexico? When you're playing, the reaction of the crowd is very different, right? From
Sure.
Europe and here. Like, how do you experience that? What is that difference? Because I have my opinion about it, but
But it depends. Like if you say Europe, but if you say London or Ibiza, it's not Europe for me.
Okay,
Because Europe and Ibiza, London and Ibiza. I mean, UK, the scene in UK is incredible. The people, they are super hot. Like in France, it changed a little bit. It's more different now, and the music changed as well. So it depends. There is the weather as well. I mean, when I come to South America, there is the sun. People are hot. When you go to Europe and it's winter, it's not the same vibe.
Yeah.
But it depends because you can arrive in a club and it's very hot inside, so people just.
They're riled up.
It depends of a lot of things. I mean, there is no rules for me.
Yeah.
There are many factors that come into what creates the vibe of the club of the night. Yeah, it's so amazing how you have like the weather, the people, the music that is playing, the type of venue, if it's open, closed, the type of lighting.
There is a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
There is a lot of.
And that is why a
drugs that are
DJ,
available.
the drugs that are there.
But this change as well, for
Of
sure.
course. And I think that's a big difference about Europe also and here. The drug use is very different. It's so hard on in
But it depends. In London, there is a lot of ecstasy, so you can feel it in the clubs.
You can feel it in the air.
Yeah.
You smell it.
No, but
The ecstasy sweat.
no, in Ibiza, I mean, that's normal. That's part of this world, and I'm sure when there will be a new drug, there will be a new style.
Right.
It's why there is not really new style at the moment because there is not new drug.
Wow.
So now
That's a crazy way to think about it.
look, organic house is because ketamine, acid house it's because ecstasy,
Wow.
the disco and the cocaine, the rock, the pop rock with psychedelic stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The hip
It
hop with the
always
syrup.
goes sort of
And
together.
each
Those things
drug
go hand in hand.
Give a vibe into the production. Like you
Wow.
analyze differently the music.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
this is such an amazing topic, and we will be really happy to keep going until onto this.
Yeah.
And we'll be back, guys. Thank you so much for staying with us.
Yes, thanks.
Well, welcome back to Behind the Decks. We're here with Damian. Honestly, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks.
We're touching upon a little subject that is sort of like a taboo outside of the scene, but for us it's kind of like a normal thing, to be experiencing, just drugs and alcohol and everything that is like an excess in this life. Because honestly, it's always been there for electronic music.
And every work day is a party day, and every work day night there are drugs, there's alcohol, there's all these kinds of things. So we wanted to talk a little bit about that. Like, what is your experience? Did you have good experience, bad experiences, and how now with all your experience being around so long, how would you say is the best way to manage this?
The best, I had a lot of good experience for sure. I have some bad experience as well, and it cost me some things in my career, like a few years ago. Because when you travel a lot, you play a lot, sometimes you forget that you are lucky to be who you are. And it's sometimes you are drunk and you take some stuff and you invite like big star, and you at a point you can't manage how to play. It happened to me a few times, like 2 times. And
what were you taking at the moment?
No, but I was tired. I took some cocaine, alcohol, and I played vinyl, and vinyl and cocaine is not good.
Vinyl and cocaine is not a good.
And I invited Detroit Swindle in Paris, and I did a lot of mistake. I don't know what happened. Wow. Normally I never did it, and I did it with them. And it was a super mistake, because even the people in the club like send me a message, what happened? I said, okay, I'm sorry, next time you come for free, I invite you. And it was a really bad experience, because I still remember this one. And I said, okay, you have to be careful and you have to enjoy, because you have to respect the people who come to see you play. You can manage, you can have fun, but you need to stay serious. And if you want to have fun, you have fun after.
Right.
Voilà. And this 2 or 3 mistakes I made in 15 years of career, but it's still, and you have to respect people. You have to be careful of what you do. Yes. Yeah. I think it's very important, but it's so easy because you are tired. You travel, you don't sleep. You want to be in the vibe. So you have to find your balance. Is very important.
So how do you find your balance now?
But now I find my balance because I prefer do it a day before.
At
home with my friends. So I know that I will be clean. You know what I mean? Like, and
take it out the way, you know?
Yeah, and I'm older now, so now I be really more careful than before. And when I was more on top and I traveled a lot, I played with all the big DJ, all the big festival. At this time, for me, it was like, okay, it's easy. I would be a top star, So I forgot where I was, and I did at this moment this mistake, because I even didn't enjoy when I played at the moment, because I traveled a lot, I played a lot, and some of the magic disappeared.
Right.
Yeah, and it's tragic.
It was not good, because now I realize that I did so many great stuff, and if I didn't make this mistake, I would never be. Maybe my career was still up,
Right.
It's why I wanted to go down, to disappear a little bit, to reinvent my music and to reorganize.
Right. Because it does at some point mess with your whole system, doesn't it? Right?
Sure. It's why I did a break for 1 year as well. It's why you saw me less than before, and I wanted to do a break. It's very important. And if you want to continue in this business, you have to stay clean. You can have fun, but you have to find your balance and be careful. Yeah. And you have to I do sport every morning. Yeah. I go to sauna every morning. It's not every people can do it, but just my balance is this. Yeah. I eat super well. I do my own juice, detox, Yeah. This is my balance.
Excellent.
And you need a balance. Yeah. Because we live in a world, you live during the night, there is alcohol and drug, you travel, you don't sleep, jet lag. You do the worst for your body and your mind. And a lot of DJs, they become crazy. Like
that happens a lot. And so many DJs are really addicted to alcohol and drugs. Really are.
Yeah. And it's in a way, it's tragic because it's such amazing artists. Not even just DJs, just such amazing
Artists.
No, but
artists.
artists
Anyone,
in general.
into music, into art,
Yeah.
the paint, like it's not since 20 years, it's like 100 years, like
Yeah.
even before. It's always been here, but because it's more part of artistic way to see life,
Yes.
you know, and it's because we are more, how you say, more sensible about this kind of things. It's why we love to take this kind of thing, and for the creativity and
it's because that's the thing. I mean, you were touching up on the relationship between genres of music and the different drugs that inspired them in a way.
Yeah.
That is something that I personally have never thought about.
Yeah, it's a really cool way to have that in that little perspective, right?
Yeah, and I feel like in a way, you kind of fall in love with the way the music makes you feel, but there's a reason why, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And when I told before, when you will have a new drug, you will have a new style for sure, like this. And I'm just waiting for this.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah,
No,
let's
because-
see what's happening.
No,
What's gonna happen?
because now we always sample the same. It's the circle. So we need to go out of this circle and find another way to find another music. I don't know,
there's gonna be a different interpretation of the sound.
a different interpretation,
Yeah.
exactly.
And I want to. I'm super curious about this.
Yeah, and you know what I really love what you just said, like having the respect for the crowd on the dance floor, having the respect for the profession, right? Because you are an entertainer. Do you see yourself as an entertainer, as a musician, or how do you see yourself as a DJ? You say,
Me?
I'm an artist. I'm
I'm an artist, but behind the decks, I'm more like I'm an entertainer, but it's in the artistic way. It's I don't know. It's a crazy question because I don't know how to answer to this one.
Yeah, well,
But behind the decks for me, I'm like a clone because I smile.
You're
I
an
do my
entertainer.
technique.
Yeah, you're
like,
an
you know, I take my bottle, I give to people. I don't care. You know, it's fun. I want to see people smile. This is why. Because it makes me smile. I'm not like serious, like, you know.
Yeah, there are different schools.
So it's entertainment, but in the good way.
Yeah.
In the good way.
Yeah. And then, sorry, yeah.
No, excuse. I wanted to ask you about this because you were at the beginning of the podcast, or at the beginning of our conversation, you were talking about like you were a little bit shy in your everyday, but then you transform when you're
yes, when I'm behind the decks, I'm not shy anymore. It's because I'm myself. Like there is this protection between the real world and me, and this helped me to express myself, you know.
Yes, it's a self-expression.
And that is something that us as artists, we're always looking for, like a different way to express ourselves and to push the boundaries of that expression. We kind of need it, we crave it in a way.
Yeah. And also I think that it's such a beautiful medium to keep evolving, finding yourself over and over again.
For sure.
Therapy.
Right?
It's all life. You find yourself, you find new way to express yourself.
Yeah.
And no, it's very interesting. It's all life.
Yeah. And I have another question about life, a little bit more about personal life. So you've been traveling a lot. You're really a traveling artist. Did that have any effect on your personal life with your relationships, connections? Did you suffer from that? Did you like, these are...
No, I'm
been
alone, so
you're alone.
so I don't suffer anymore.
Is it a conscious choice then?
I suffer when I was with someone because the problem is that the person is in the normal life, so she's on weekend during the weekend. We work during the weekend.
Yeah.
So for it's general, I mean, it's impossible to have a relationship with normal people.
With normal people.
but with people who work during the week, because
the 9 to 5 job
during the weekend, I'm not here. During the week, I'm here, and she's working. So how can you spend some time and share some stuff with her, or she can come with you? But it's like it's a budget. Yeah, she doesn't want. Like, because come to the party
every single time, right? For them, it's the same.
So you need to find someone who totally understands. But it's complicated. I mean.
Yeah, it's
impossible. It's why I'm single. So
you're retired.
I'm retired.
I don't have this problem, and let's see what happens.
Yeah. That's how it. Many people say that.
Yeah, I feel like it's something. There's a couple of interviews that I've heard of several international DJs that they're like, kind of like in a tragic illusion, you know, like you create connections with a lot of people all over the world, but then when you experience those amazing things, you kind of like look over your shoulder and you're kind of alone.
But you come back alone. Enfin, it depends, but normally, normally you come back alone at the hotel. But by the way, you live alone.
And then you're alone again.
So and I'm not traveling like you have DJs that travel much more than me. I'm a normal DJ, so I'm traveling, but not so much. So it's okay. I have my balance. But when I see my friends, they travel like all the months, all weeks.
Yeah.
Like when they are alone for 1 month, it's complicated.
Yeah, if you want to start a family, it's not the business.
No, but this is funny because this is for me it's a selfish job, because you are into your studio all the week working for yourself, and the weekend you are for yourself traveling to play. But at the same time, you give happiness to people. So you share something. So it's selfish, but not selfish. It's selfish for your own life. So this is a sacrifice in this way. Yeah.
And how do you feel about, because I hear many friends, DJ friends, talking about that thing. You play, it's amazing, ecstasy. You go to the hotel, silence, and you're alone. There's so many of us that can't handle that.
Me, I like.
You like it. I like it too.
Well,
I like to close the door.
I love to sleep. Bye-bye, sleep.
Sleep.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye, yes.
Yeah, so
because you give all your energy. So if you are a real DJ and you put all your energy, after 4 years, you are dead.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of concentration. No, but that's true. I mean, me, after that, I go sleep.
Yeah.
But some DJs, they can't handle it. They need to be with people.
Yeah.
That's why they become depressed.
Yeah, there's a lot of depression
within
the scene.
Yeah.
The international scene, in fact.
Yeah.
To be honest, like our artists don't handle solitude that well, I feel.
No, but it's a part of the job. I mean, they know about it.
Yeah, like you have to know that
you have to be strong.
Yeah, and
this is complicated.
As you said, it's a selfish job. Yeah. It's a selfish job, and at the end of the day, you're kind of giving yourself to others all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the jar is gonna get empty.
You need
know?
to fill yourself again with
so
wholesome stuff.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah.
No. So it's you need to find the way to receive. You receive with people who give you back the stuff.
Yeah.
But this is another energy than the energy that someone could give you, like
in a relationship,
like a girlfriend or kids or so family is super important as well.
That is so beautiful. And on that note, what would you like to finish this podcast with? Because I mean, we went from amazing parties, traveling, drugs, everything, and then just being very personal and spiritual, and sort of like reflecting on the journey.
Yeah.
To end this podcast, what would you like to share with the people that are tuned in? Tuned in, young people, older people. What's coming next for you? What's that thing that you would like to say?
For me, just we have one life. Just go to the life. If you like it, do it. Live your dream. And if it doesn't work, you try it.
Yeah.
But if you don't try, you will regret it. Like for sure.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Voilà, this is my world.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, thank you so much for staying with us.
Thank you
very
for
much.
The invitation.
Damien, it was an amazing.
Really nice.
It was a joy to have you.
Yeah,
thank you
so much.
And thank you for listening to us. Thank you for everything that you went through over here. And let's see each other on the next Behind the Decks.
Yes.
With the Timid Boy, my friend.
Yes.
Timid Boy. When are you playing?
I don't know, but I saw that you will interview him.
Well, John told me, the Conscious Club booker told me that Timid Boy is coming. I don't know the exact date yet, but you're going to be here too.
No, but he's my friend. So
okay.
We're going to have him. He has to come.
He has to come. He's good.
I'll add him.
Very good producer. Voilà.
Perfect.
Amazing. Well, we'd love to have him. Well, thank you everyone for watching again, and we're going to say goodbye. If you loved what you see, please click that subscribe button, follow us, and we'll keep you up to date with everything that's coming. Thank you from us, and see you next time.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.